Hello, my name is Kenyatta Trice, and I'm the director of the Oregon MBDA. MBDA stands for Minority Business Development Agency. MBDA is a federally funded agency. They have 43 centers across the United States. This is the first one in Oregon. We have been around since April of last year, so kind of in our first year running. The first year of presenting MBDA to the community, to people, is kind of just networking, letting folks know who we are. We're an agency, we're here to help businesses grow. And the vision of MBDA is economic prosperity for all American business enterprises. And basically what that is we help minority business enterprises build their business and grow their business. Sustain, fund, and grow, that is our avenue. We want to help you sustain, we want to fund you, and we want to help you grow your business. Oregon MBDA Business Center is the actual center that we work out of. It is located in Beaverton, but we do work with all businesses across the state of Oregon, as well as Southwest Washington. We support established businesses who are owned by socially and economically disadvantaged individuals. They call it SETI as a nickname, but it's minority business enterprises. How we sustain your business, we help you with your operating. What does operating look like? How are you doing your day-to-day functions, your day-to-day duties? What do you need to do to add to it or even take away from it? Funding your business, we help you in growth in understanding your financial statements, also looking for loans or grant monies that may be out there for businesses. And how do we grow? We help you with planning. We do a lot of plan management, helping you understand where you are now to what the next steps are going to be in your business. Who and how do you help? So the MBDA, again, we aim to identify existing businesses. Now, unfortunately, we do not work with startup businesses, but we do still help them with resources. A lot of what we do is leverage resources from all the other resources in Oregon, and there are many resources in Oregon. So we definitely find out who's doing what trainings are being offered, so we can actually help our clients, whether they're at startup phase or existing stage. Who we serve, again, existing minority businesses that are minority business enterprises. They do not have to be a certified MBE, but they do have to be identified as a minority business enterprise. What we provide is short and long-term technical assistance. And I'll go into it a little bit more on the next slide. So signing up for service with us, www.businessimpactnorthwest.org, and I'll explain the Business Impact Northwest portion. What you expect when you come to us, it's a team of three of us. It's myself, the director, Claudia Cardenas. She is our business opportunity specialist, along with Gabrielle Joy. She's also our opportunity specialist. We'll have you go online, go to the intake. It's a short intake, basically giving us information about your business, what you do, what your gross is, and then we schedule an assessment with you. And during that assessment, we really find out what it is you do, what you want to do, and what are your needs. With a lot of community resources around, they give you a lot of the basic information. Like, this is the roadmap, this is how you do it, which is also great. But we like to kind of dig a little bit deeper and try to find out what is it that you actually need for your business now. Not what it looks like on paper and how you can actually get through it, but what do you actually need now to grow? So with that, we create those action plans, set goals, and then hopefully within that, you're growing your business and you're increasing your revenue. And our main goal is to have businesses increase revenue. Oh, and all of our services are free. If there is something that does cost, we always make sure whatever you're paying for that service or that product, it's going to actually benefit your business in the long run. We can always help people today for tomorrow, but we really want to help businesses today for next year, for 6 months from now. So also with the Oregon MBDA, we received a short-term rural supplement grant. And this helps all businesses that are in rural areas in Oregon. Lanisha Duke is our technical assistance advisor, and it's pretty much the same thing. We help with capacity growing, technology adaptation, training programs, networking. A lot of the things that we do here, we do in the Oregon MBDA Business Center as well. Whatever we can do to help businesses grow, especially in the rural areas where there's not a lot of access to those community resources. In Oregon, a lot of the resources are stuck in Portland Metro. So when I started this position, I was like, well, how can we get outside of Portland Metro. Yes, there are a lot of businesses there, but if we're a new organization, we kind of get stuck in Portland, we're going to stay stuck in Portland and only helping those folks in the surrounding area. So how can we kind of get the message out and help others who are in a wait list or it's taking a while to get the services? So we do what we can to kind of reach out as far as we can. A lot of what we do with leveraging and working with other community partners is accountability. That is very important. If an agency says they do A, B, and C, we want to make sure you're actually going to get that help. So if it's us being that intermediary and calling saying, hey, we have a client, they called you a week ago, they need A, B, and C, please help them, we'll make sure we get that going. And again, we're offering that too through the Rural Minority Business Enterprise Help. So the requirements to be a MBDA client. So having an established business, and that is the point where it was really hard for me to determine what makes someone an established business, what makes them an existing business. If you have a business and you've been in business enough time where you can see what your cash flow is, let's say 3 months, if we can look at that 3 months and make a determination on what you can do different or add in or take away that can help your business grow for the next 3 months, that is an existing business. So if you have your business, you are making revenue, or you have some type of record of revenue, you are a client that we can actually take on. If you are identified with being socially or economically disadvantaged individual, it is a new term. It's called SEDI, S-E-D-I. If you are licensed, so that is one thing. You do have to be licensed with the Secretary of State before we can go through the process of assisting you. If you are not licensed, we still consider you a startup business at that point. And then, of course, do you have the capacity for growth? So looking at you being an establishing business, looking at your revenue, do we see that you have potential to grow your business? What do you need to grow it? And so we offer a few different things that we offer. When I started this position and growing the program, I had to think about what are some things that I see are in need, where I'm not duplicating services that are already out there. So we have four things that we really stick to. It's actually 5. I don't have it listed there, but we do diverse business excellence sessions. Those are happening monthly, every second Wednesday of the month from 1 to 2:30. During those sessions, we dig down deep into an opportunity or a resource that someone really needs, that more businesses need, and they just don't know much about. So we offer a lot of education behind what it takes to grow and maintain your business. We have diverse perspective roundtable talks. During those are in person. They happen the last Thursday of every month from 3 to 5. Our next one's on the 25th, and it's going to be held at Abbey Creek Winery in North Plains, Oregon. And basically what we do is we highlight 3 to 4 minority businesses that are successful, that have gone through the gamut of being a startup, maintaining their business, and we like to utilize them as an example, right? Representation is important, especially for minority businesses. So having someone else stand up to say, this is my business, this is what I've been doing, these are the things that I actually had to go through, I think is important. I think a lot of times, businesses, resources kind of give you, again, that overall picture of what it is to run a business. And it seems so easy, but it's really hard. And it's a lot of hard work and dedication that goes into it. So being able to have folks come and just kind of tell their story, tell about their journey is definitely what we like to highlight. During those roundtable talks, we like to have them very specific to a subject or an industry. So the one on the 25th will be about farming your business and integrating business into your farming, why those 2 things are important. And I believe the 2 guests we have, one is Barreled Bee, and she works with honey, and another one, forgetting the name, but she works with a farming co-op where she does, need that farming for offering services. We have a cohort that we held. It was from April 3rd to June 18th. It was in regard to a construction cohort. So it kind of really gave a lot of things that construction companies and contractors need to grow their business, win a contract, get that contract, and then also maintain it. We also have COBIT certification sessions. COBIT stands for Certification Office of Business Inclusion and Diversity. So if you're ever in business and you're looking to get access to government or local state contracts, you have to be COBIT certified. or not that you have to be. Depending on the contract, you would need to be COVID certified, but it is a free certification. We help you go through that process of certification, and we also let you know what it can actually do for your business. Not all businesses will benefit from the COVID certification. I tell all businesses to apply for it because you never know what opportunity may come up. So COVID certification works, I would say, 75% of the time for construction and contractors, because there's a lot of government contracts that deal with construction. And then like consulting, maybe not. There may be something with Multnomah County or another county that asks for consulting, and they do ask for you to be COVID certified. So that's also important. And we just actually added on an event called Connect to Contract. And this is where we host either a group of contractors and agencies so they can talk about opportunities that are available, what's coming up. And this way, the people who come can actually ask direct questions to their procurement process, or what do they need? Where does their business need to be in order to get services? We do them as a large group or even individual agencies. And this again talks more about each of the ones I was talking about. So this is the cohort that we did. We talked about agreements, communication, leadership, the agency, and relationships, and it kind of gave an outline of what that means for your business. I attended this cohort, or 2 days of the cohort, and it was awesome. It was a good mix between business and your personal life, because as a business owner, we have to do that balance, right? That balance is important. You can't just work your business and your business only and not have other things going on around you. So it really highlighted a lot of the reality of business owners and what we have to go through on a day-to-day, whether it be taking care of family as well as the business and making sure that family business is doing well. And this is the Diverse Business Excellence Sessions. Again, these are online, an hour and a half. We talk about something very specific. These are the ones that we've already had, growing your business and hiring employees. So of course, when your business is growing, you're expanding, what do you do at that point? How do you hire employees? What are the services that are around that can be really beneficial to your business that can also help you save money? Leveraging social and human capital. Trademarks, that's also important. If you do have a brand that you know will grow and you may need to go outside of the Oregon state, you'll need to get trademarked potentially. We talk about compliance, why that's important, contracting regarding estimating and bidding, and access to capital when you're talking about loans. The one that's coming up is going to be about insurance and bonding for businesses. So why businesses should be insured, why should they be bonded? And typically the bonding is within the construction industry. And the roundtable talks, again, this is the one that's in person that we have, present 3 to 4 businesses to talk about their journey, what they've been through, be that representation. And we call them expert panelists because they are the experts in what they do. So this, again, we cover various topics, whatever kind of comes up, different industries. This one, again, will be about food and farming, integrating farming into your business. And we do this every other month. So the one that's going to be in September, I believe it's the 25th, it's going to be wineries. We're going to be talking about wineries. And then in November, we're going to be talking about family-ran businesses, what goes into operating a family business, what are the downfalls, what are the things that are successful, because it is hard already when you're running a business on your own, but then too when you're incorporating family, it's another level of things that you have to think about and do, especially when you're dealing with family. And this again was for the COVID certification. We do this one quarterly. The next one is going to be this month on the 22nd of July. We're going to have the gentleman from Business Oregon, which is the organization that houses COVID certification program. And he's going to be talking about what COVID means, why is it important, what businesses should do it, if businesses don't, what the outcomes of that could be. So we kind of go through a detailed info session about COVID certification. The reason why we decided to do a session on it, because this is not a part of MBDA, but it is a resource that we do have, a partner. But we go through the process because when you go online, it is confusing. It's a lot of words on the screen, and it's kind of hard to understand the flow. So we like to sit people down and kind of explain the benefits, the negatives, the positives about the whole process. With COVID certification, at the longest, it can take 90 days. Earliest can be 30 days. So as long as you have your information together, which a lot of businesses that are existing should already have, this will be a way to let folks know what they should have already, whether that be finance, understanding your business plan, and we'll have all that put in order, and we kind of go over what's expected for corporate certification. And Business Impact Northwest. So part of our email address, or not email, but website is Business Impact Northwest. Business Impact Northwest is our operator for MBDA program. They were the organization that basically wrote a proposal to have the Oregon MBDA here in Oregon. So with Business Impact Northwest, they are a business development agency. They work with underserved communities as well. And they have 5 other centers. They have an LRC, which is loan readiness. So if you're at that point in your business where you're looking to get a loan, we can connect you with our loan readiness department. They can kind of help you prepare. They also do a lot of work with credit. So if you're wanting to build your credit or understand what your credit is, they can go through that process as well. A lot of times especially with minority businesses, credit does come into play a lot. And sometimes not having the right credit or enough credit can prevent you from receiving access to capital. So they do a really good job of teaching that. We have a FBRC, which is the Food Business Resource Center. So everything food and farming, restaurant covers under FBRC. And again, they offer short and long-term assistance for startups as well as existing. We have in the corner WBC in Washington and AWBC in Alaska. So with Business Impact Northwest, they are located in Alaska, Oregon, Washington, and Idaho now. And then there's VBOC, it's the Veterans Business Outreach Center. So they also have services that are specific to veterans. And then us, the MBDA. We also have a lending department, which they're not up here. And I think that's the really good thing with MBDA, because Business Impact Northwest is also a CDFI. A CDFI is a community development financial institution. It is not like your typical bank or traditional bank. They offer lending for folks who are typically not bankable. So if you go into your financial institution and you can't get a loan typically the reasons are if your credit is low, if your business is not established enough, they kind of have a checklist that they go by. And if you're not on that checklist, then you probably won't get a loan. But with the CDFI, they kind of listen to your story more. If your credit is low, they'll ask, why is it low? What are the things that happened in your past that allowed your credit to go low? What is on your credit report? Like, what is all there? They really listen to you. So I really like CDFIs. They kind of give that opportunity and that chance for folks to actually get access to capital. And with all these centers, they're a direct connect. So it's a lot easier for us to connect you to each of those resources without waiting in line or waiting for other clients to come in. And again, that just kind of talks about it. So lending is there. They can lend anywhere from $5,000 to $350,000. And they also do $750,000 now when it comes to commercial real estate. Coaching, we provide coaching one-on-one. They have drop-in classes as well, and that is Business Oregon as well as the MBDA. Loan readiness, I talked about that center. And these 3 at the bottom, Square One, Launch and Grow, and On-Demand courses. The Square One is a 90-minute introduction to starting a business. What are the things you need to have in place? Launch and Grow is how do you launch your business and how do you grow it? And then the On-Demand courses, we have a whole library of different things that pertains to business development, business growth that you can tap into for your own online reading. And these are some, because we have a lot of community partners. So we work with a lot of these businesses to make sure our clients are getting all the services that are there, especially that are free and that are needed. And I will say with that, we do offer free services, but sometimes we do provide services to our clients. We have a contractor that's a CPA. Sometimes, people need help understanding their financial statements, bookkeeping. What does it look like for taxes? What should they write off? What should they keep? We have a contractor that does help out with contracting and procurement, because again, they are the experts. We just kind of help you get to those path of people that you need. That is it. If you have questions, you can always call me. We have a registration to register your business, the LinkedIn account, and then we also have a newsletter as well. And that is it. If you guys have any questions, I can answer them.
On this one,
Mm-hmm.
what does compliance mean?
It can be a level of different things. So depending on what industry you're in, you may have to be compliant. So if that means having your business license, having a certain certification, making sure you have business insurance, compliant with those things on the legal side, compliant. Things that's going to make your business actually legally bonding for services, for products. And that's going to also vary depending on the industry and the business. And we kind of go over what makes a business compliant and what do they need to be compliant. And with this Foundational 5 series, the cohort that we did, we are planning to do another cohort that is specific around profit for your business and finances. So that's been one that a lot of our clients have asked about, where they specifically want information on like, how do we make a profit? How do we manage our profits? And how do they go into the next opportunity, the next service or product? So that'll be coming up. I don't know when exactly. And these are the requirements again. Basically, identified as a minority business enterprise with or without certification and have an established business. And then we have the rural minority enterprise, where we do assist specifically with the rural community. Now this grant is over in October, which is in a couple months, but it may be extended. So we're trying to do all that we can, whatever we can, within these next few months to help businesses grow. And then just how to get a hold of us. These are the three. You can always request someone, and they work with all industries. So that other part too, I didn't mention. So MBDA is tasked to work with construction, food, and tourism industries, but we work with everyone. But those are our main three, and they can help you out with either of the industries that you're in. And that is it. Now, do you guys have any questions?
Well, you said it's for businesses that are already established.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We just wanted to know because it would be for starting a business.
Yeah.
But we're interested in more information.
So even with that and starting a business, I would still say come in, because the goal is, with us working with existing businesses that are minority owned, even if you're at the startup phase and we send you over to Business Impact Northwest to our partners, they can get you going in the process. And then once you get to that point, it's like, okay, Kenyatta, I've got some revenue coming in. I want to grow. I want to do something more. Then I'll say, come over to us. We also leverage a lot of our other MBDA centers that are across the United States. So finding out what opportunities are out there that based on your business, what you can do, that is not just inside of Oregon, but really expanding outside of like where we are and just doing more with your business. So we're definitely trying to put that stamp out there and just let folks know, don't stay in Oregon, go outside of Oregon as well. So, and within being a federally ran agency, we definitely rely on them to like help out. And so basically, yeah, so we leverage all of our community partners and leverage our federal MBDA centers to make sure we're getting the most for our clients. Yeah. What business are you looking to do?
Like salon kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
So compliance is important with that because it depends on the space, how many like wash stations you will have. They have to be a certain amount of feet away. There's like a lot of little nuances that come with that. So yeah, we help out with those things. So even if you are a startup and you just need the resources, that's what we're here for. We just want to make sure you get the resources that you need. So
you're just one part of a really larger organization.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's kind of weird. So MBDA is an agency itself, a federally funded agency. But Business Impact Northwest is an organization that also does the same type of work and has other programs. So we are a program underneath Business Impact Northwest, but we also have an agency that we work with as well. So we kind of got the best of both worlds on both ends. Yeah.
So are there Spanish help or just?
Yes, Claudia. Claudia is my girl. But also within Business Impact Northwest, we have 4 to 5 Spanish-speaking coaches. So yeah, so there's help.
Tables and the other things can be in Spanish too.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and Claudia. Well, so Yes and no. So Claudia will be there, and there will be other Spanish speakers that can interpret. We are looking to do more classes that are specific to Spanish speaking only. With the help of Claudia, we are changing a lot of our verbiage and our marketing materials into Spanish as well. So we're the work in progress. We're getting there, but definitely being able to offer the different educational courses in Spanish. I know through Zoom, there is a Spanish speaking option where the Spanish speakers will hear it in Spanish as it's being interpreted. So that is something that we're doing as well. And so it's a program within Zoom that allows you to do that. So